All right, it is time to end the healthcare cover-up. And you know who's right about it? Fox News is right. Caroline Leavitt is right. Peter Doocy is right. David, did you suffer a brain injury? What are you talking about? Well, the videos might surprise you. What I'm going to tell you might surprise you. Watch to the end and let me know. Right now, there is a health cover-up happening of Donald Trump's health. We know that. 3 annual physicals in 13 months, multiple bizarre dentist visits, scans that Trump doesn't even understand, propaganda letters about Trump's the strongest and healthiest of anybody. We know that they're covering something up. We see the explanations for visible phenomena on Trump's body that don't make sense. And you know who has the right analysis here? It's Fox News. It's Caroline Leavitt. Hear me out. Here is Caroline Leavitt. Listen to the principles of what Caroline Leavitt is saying.
And he's demanding answers. And one of the things he is going to continue to push for answers on is who the heck was running the country over the past 4 years. And you just talked about it in your monologue, and I'm glad to hear it, because this is truly the greatest political scandal our country has ever seen. We had unelected, radical left White House staffers who nobody knew their names running the most powerful country in the history of the world. And the Democrat Party was in a complete alliance to cover it up. And the mainstream media was right along with them. They were asking Joe Biden what his favorite ice cream was, rather than asking him whether or not he was suited to run the country. And so we need answers on what took place over the past 4 years, because look at the consequences of having these unelected radical left-wing staffers in the West Wing running the country.
So you probably noticed that Caroline isn't talking about Trump in that video. She's talking about Joe Biden. And this video is from about a year ago, almost to the day, from when we learned Joe Biden had stage 4 metastasized prostate cancer. But on the principles, Caroline Leavitt is completely correct. We do need answers about Donald Trump's health. Who is running the country right now? Why can't we get the truth? They're completely right. It's just they're talking about the wrong guy. Here is Peter Doocy and Caroline Leavitt, again, asking a good question. We need to know what the First Lady knew. We need to know what the people around the president knew, except it should apply to Trump. But in principle, they're completely correct.
Some folks in President Biden's inner circle who are now in talks with Republicans in Congress to give interviews about how they may have handled President Biden's decline. Is the president satisfied with aides only sitting for these transcribed interviews, or would he also like to see some kind of testimony from the former First Lady, Dr. Biden?
I think, frankly, the former First Lady should certainly speak up about what she saw in regards to her husband and when she saw it and what she knew, because I think
I agree.
Anybody looking again at the videos and photo evidence of Joe Biden with your own eyes and a little bit of common sense can see this was a clear cover-up. And Jill Biden was certainly complicit in that cover-up. There's documentation, video evidence of her clearly shielding her husband away from the cameras. They were just on The View last week. She was saying everything is fine. She's still lying to the American people. She still thinks the American public are so stupid that they're going to believe her lies. And frankly, it's insulting.
All right. So, of course, this was a year ago. They're talking about Biden, not about Donald Trump. But they're right in principle. What does Melania know? I know that she's basically estranged from Trump, but she must have a sense of what's going on with Donald Trump, and she hasn't opened her mouth. She's probably under an NDA. I'm speculating. Who knows? The people closest to Trump at the White House must know what is going on, and they should be speaking out. They should be interviewed. Melania should testify before Congress. Imagine that. They are completely correct in their principles. They're just not applying them to Donald Trump, and I wish they would. Now, just as a reminder, to show you the level of disgusting nature of the people we're dealing with. Here is Trump when Biden was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. Remember this?
Look, he's been a sort of a moderate person over his lifetime, not a smart person, but a somewhat vicious person, I will say. If you feel sorry for him, don't feel so sorry, because he's vicious. What he did with his political opponent and all of the people that he hurt a lot of people, Biden. And so I really don't feel sorry for him.
So listen, I don't know whether the people in my audience feel sorry for Trump for what's going on. The ankles like tree trunks and the swollen hands and the inability to stay awake during the day in public and the confusion, the verbal limitations and the vocabulary thinning out like male pattern baldness and all. I don't know if you feel bad for Trump or you don't feel bad for Trump, but remember what they said about Biden. Remember what they demanded about Biden. And then ask yourselves whether they are living up to that very same standard. So let's just keep them to their own requests. Just make them apply them to Donald Trump. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video. And if you like our content, make sure to subscribe so YouTube puts our videos in your feed, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple.